Hi there, how you doing? Welcome to part number 11. It's technically not the final part, but it more or less is the final part of the MyCareer save here on FM24. The save that was never meant to be. This was going to be an FM25 save. We obviously all know what happened with that. But my name is Stu. Thank you for joining me in today's video, where it's the Champions League final. We have already won this trophy. The aim was to try and win it twice more with two different clubs. We couldn't do it at Bayern Munich. We made the jump to Inter Milan because we thought it would give us the best opportunity. And although we weren't in the Champions League last season, this season we were, and we have made it to the final against a team who are very much my rival in Real Madrid. I don't know if there's a way for me to see my personal history against them. I don't know whether there is. If there is, please let me. I mean, it doesn't matter now because the game's finished, but let me know anyway. They are the league champions by a point over Barcelona. But yeah, they're a team who've been a bit of a bogey team in this save for us when we've got to this point, and I'm very much hoping that we can beat them because it'll make this season feel a bit of a waste of time. But anyway, we're going to just dive in and we're going to see what happens. We are with Inter Milan, of course. We've won every trophy there is to win. Let's now win this one. So we've won the title. We already knew that. The league title is all sorted. We've won lots of awards as well. We'll get to that in the second half of this video. We'll do a season review and roundup at that point, and then we'll finish things off. But we have one focus, and it is Real Madrid. So let's get to that game. And this is the 11 we've got. We have a fully fit squad for what feels like the first time in a long time. I say that actually, Camrada is actually not fully fit. That's the one that I've missed out on, so he misses out, which is a shame because he's been a really good backup striker for us. So De Vrij is the one who will get the call upon the bench. Tacita will be the guy who will be the backup striker if needed. But other than that, it's a full strength 11. Now, the drama I've had is, do I start with Trigos and have Laskowski at centre-back, or do I put Laskowski at full-back and start Kubasi? I don't know what the right answer is. Trigos has been in good form recently. The entire squad has been in good form. Samini's also come back with a vengeance as well, which is good. I think I'm going to stick with what I had, and I'm going to keep Trigos starting with Kubasi on the bench and Laskowski there. We can move things around in the second half if we need to. I have also moved our tempo up. I've also put us on get stuck in. They tend to be good things to do against bigger teams. At least I found that as well. Just to confirm as well, the Champions League final will be taking place in here in Ukraine. Alexeev better score the winner in a stadium in his homeland. I hope that happens. But this is the 11 we're going to be going with for this final game of the save. And again, this will be on extended highlights, so we get a bit more fun and a bit more action. It is going to be Urbig in goal, Trigos, Laskowski, Scalvini and Urbano in defence, Verlaine and Rabuano in the midfield, with Samini, Ardagula and Espinoza supporting Alexeev up front. Deep breath, everybody. Let's do this. And by the way, if you do enjoy this video, and if you've enjoyed the save, if you've watched it, if you go back and watch it after this as well, why not leave a like on the video for me? It's one of the last likes you'll get to leave on this channel on FM24. It'll make me feel better, and yeah, why not? Leave a comment as well. Let me know what your favourite part of the save has been as well. Right. Here we go. It is Champions League final o'clock, and it's a very good Real Madrid team who have not won the Champions League as much as I thought they would have done, but they have been dominant in Spain. They've dominated in Spain this year. Them and Barcelona as normal, won by a point. We've dominated Italy a lot more. I think it's safe to say that our team is definitely the best Italian team at all, like just in general in the game at the moment. And also, I think you could probably take our team and put it in more competitive leagues and it would do very well. But now we have the big one, the biggest of games. We have won one of these with Arsenal. This team we have here at Inter Milan. Do you know what? I'm going to go with comprehensive highlights. This team here at Inter Milan is better than the Arsenal team. It's better than the Wolves team. It's better than the Bayern Munich team. But we haven't come up against Real Madrid in the final. At least I don't think we did. I'm trying to think of who we came up against in the final with Arsenal. I don't think it was Real Madrid. I'll try and remember to have a look at that afterwards. I genuinely can't remember. It feels like such a long time ago. 2 clubs ago, in fact. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those, isn't it? I think that we've done fantastic work here at Inter. I feel like we are getting treated a bit like a god here as well with all of the stuff. One interesting thing that's kind of come around is that the Wolves job is available. Ange has finished his time there after being sacked with a 6th place finish in the league. Obviously, they got the Champions League semi-final as well, but the league is obviously very important. I won't lie, I declared interest in the job because I just thought, what a nice thing to do. If we finish the save, having gone back to the club that I probably enjoyed my time the most at, other than here at Inter Milan, I really enjoyed my time at Wolverhampton, which feels weird as a Villa fan to admit that. But you know what, in the context of this save, it doesn't matter to me. Right, Gula. It's been a lot of us so far in this first half, which I say it's first half, it's only been a couple of minutes long. Again, we are on comprehensive highlights. If it feels like it's going a bit too long, I might switch to extensive. I just want to get as much out of this game as possible. We have gone a little bit further on without a highlight, but we are now back with a highlight with ourselves. Urbana getting it to Espinosa, who has missed out on Spain's squad for their upcoming internationals. I'm expecting a little bit of bite out of him. I missed out on being the top assist maker by like 2 assists. Did a very, very good job this season. You'll get to all of the top goal scorers and everything. Oh, what a mistake that nearly was. And it was Chevette, who is an international teammate of Alex Eve. So you'd like to think maybe Alex Eve knew something there. Knew maybe he's not comfortable on the ball. Pressed him a little bit. I like that. I like the thoughts. We're getting a few good chances here that are not leading to goals. It's going to make it an interesting watch. Samini's in here with an opportunity early on. I'm recording this at night. I need to be careful of my volume. But we lead in the 19th minute in the Champions League final. And it's that man, the first signing I made at this club where I thought, this is a fantastic player. And Samini has gone and done the business. It's Rabuano, who is probably the understated signing of the season. We obviously signed Scalvini and Alex Eve this year, and both of those were the headline signings. I would say Rabuano deserves to be mentioned in the same kind of breath, because once we finally got to the point where he'd settled in as a halfback, he's been almost unplayable. The fact that he's competent defensively. He's not a great defender, don't get me wrong. He's competent. But the fact that he can just go about and do his job next to a ball-winning midfielder who goes a bit further forward, and the fact that he can just pick those passes out and effectively just drift forward when he feels it's safe to do so is fantastic. Alex Eve has a chance there and it is just over the bar. I didn't expect us A, to dominate the first half the way that we've done, and B, to go ahead as early as we did. I genuinely didn't, but I'm very happy about it. Right, Urbano with the free kick. Short to Rabuano, into Verlaine. Verlaine looking for Samini. Header from either Samini or Bartosaggi, the Italian fullback. I did try to sign him at Arsenal at one point, and he went to Real Madrid. Not that I'm cross or anything. Header on by Bellingham, who in this universe is the left winger for Real Madrid. Go figure. And he's been a fantastic servant for them for all this time, but he loses the ball there, and here we come again. Espinosa now into Rabuano, into Samini, back to Verlaine. Lovely passing here from us. Urgency in kind of no short supply. We're just looking to get it as far forward as possible, and Alex Eve again, he's gonna get a goal eventually if he keeps this up. We've turned up the tempo in this game, and in the second half of the season against bigger teams, I've been doing this, turning up the tempo, putting hard tackling on, accepting we're not necessarily going to be able to dominate the ball the same way we do against teams who are not as good as us. And it's worked wonders for us in these bigger games. It really has done. I've noticed, we got through games last season very well, but it just has worked really well. Speaking of working really well, Rabuano just gets a tackle, gets the pass to Alex Eve, and if this is not given as offside, this is a fabulous way to go 2-0 up. The hands are up, it's 2-0 up. I think we're on the course. It's very early to say in the 33rd minute. I think we're on course for a second Champions League in this save. Rabuano gets to Alex Eve, and there is Alex Eve in his home country, I don't know if it's their international stadium, I'm a bit ignorant on that, but in a stadium that in this universe would clearly mean a lot to him. He puts the ball in the back of the net to make it 2-0. And we might be winning our second Champions League of the save. One step further than we got in the FM23 version of the MyCareer save, where we only won it the once with Southampton of all teams, but couldn't win it with Chelsea, couldn't win it with Man City. Well, we're winning it for a second time from how it is at the moment. There's still plenty of time in this game. We don't want to count anything too early. Lovely work there from Rabuano. Yes, it was a foul. Tactical foul. Worked really well. Right, Real Madrid have the ability to get an attack going here. Bartosaggi into Bellingham. Bellingham rounds beautifully, but his shot is over. what a player he must be at this point. I've looked at him a couple of times as well, just for the sake of looking at him, not with any kind of mind to sign him or anything like that. And he does look fantastic. Right, free kick. Arda Güler as well is going to be wanting to get this one over the line for many reasons, particularly the fact that he's a former Real Madrid player, and I imagine in this universe they would have deemed him to underperform. Well, I've got to say, he's not done that for us. Laskowski does a great job there. Lovely defensive header. Bellingham on a yellow card, so maybe we can make... Oh my word, I thought we'd messed up that. I was going to say, I think we can maybe I'll take advantage of the Bellingham yellow card and maybe lull him into a naughty tackle or two. I thought that was destined to be 2-1. What a save from Erbig it was. Flicked on, Urbano clears. Can Samini get there? He can't. Camps gets there instead. We get a bit of possession, looseness from both sides there. And now here come Real Madrid. Baidu, formerly of PSG in this universe, a player who I have looked to sign. There's a few players in this Real Madrid team who I've looked to sign. Schwetz is one of them, either at Wolves or Arsenal. I can't remember. Diomande is not one of them. Trubin I've flirted with, but I think I've used him before and I didn't have good experience. Bellingham never had the money. Here that came Real Madrid, and then they've lost possession with some looseness of their own. And Alex Eve now buoyed by that goal in his home country. Ball now through to Arda Güler. What a chance for Güler against his former club. Oh my word, we passed it really lovely there and we just could not get the final finish. And here we go again. Lots of highlights in this first half. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Right, Laskowski looking to... I got a bit worried then. Goes back to Erbig, who has been, touch wood, a sensational goalkeeper. And genuinely has been the best goalkeeper we've used in the save. And we've used some good goalkeepers, don't get me wrong. Mamadashvili was good at Bayern Munich. Waduro, is that the guy who we had at Arsenal? I think it is. He was fantastic as well. And again, Alex Eve, another opportunity. Could have had a hat-trick in this game already. Hasn't had one. It's fun. By the way, I don't know. I haven't mentioned it, but wearing the tie. It's a Champions League final. We wear a tie. And also, it's a special occasion as it's the final video of this save as well. And the fact that I'm getting to make it before the early access beta has come out, I didn't think that was going to be the case. So I'm very, very happy that I've managed to squeeze this in. This is half-time. And we lead by 2-0 in the Champions League final. We've kind of humbled Real Madrid so far. I'm not expecting that to stay the same. I will just tell those two, keep your cool, keep calm. We don't want any silly red cards. I'm going to tell those two they need to step things up a bit. And everyone else, just keep doing what you're doing. We're doing it. We're doing it. We are literally doing exactly what we need to do right now. No notes. No notes whatsoever. And here we go, second half. And Alex Eve gets us underway. Let's see if we can get a quick third goal just to really give them a gut punch. Right, Samini with the ball running into their half. I thought he was about to do Bartosz. Doesn't quite do it. Andrew goes back to Bellingham, and now Madrid are going to try and come forward. Camps have got loads of room. I don't know where Urbano went to, but he's kind of caught back up now. That's his Espinosa who caught back up, not Urbano. Real Madrid doing some good work down the flanks here. What a cross that is. Laskowski poorly headed back to Diomande, but Verlaine clears it. But Real Madrid do get the ball back from that clearance, and here they come again. Is this going to be one of those highlights that filters out, or is it leading to something? Bartosz looking to get out wide to whip that ball in. Samini puts it out for a throw. Lovely work from him. Absolutely superb. Good start from Real Madrid, but we've defended it well, and that is the main thing. And we've got a highlight. Now looking to attack again. Urbano, Rabuano, passing it between them. Rabuano goes for it. I'd love the goal from him. Right, Trigos. Here was the question mark. Did we start him? We decided to. It's a poor cross from him. He's not had a bad game, but it's a poor cross. Right. Laskowski, Trigos to Verlaine. Verlaine. Poor from Verlaine. And now here comes Endrick. Laskowski's done. But Rabuano, I tell you what, he's the MVP of this game so far, Rabuano. He's been superb. Right, Scalvini to Urbano. Into Espinosa. Espinosa going in the middle to Verlaine, heads it down. Espinosa really has let us down with that pass there. And Endrick is 200 million miles offside. There we go. I was going to say has to be. Has to be. With an action-packed first half. Goodness me. I mean, Real Madrid have shown a lot of promise, but they just can't get the ball kind of into a proper attacking region with any real kind of threat. They've had a few scrappy chances and that's it. Right, Scalvini to Verlaine. Verlaine to Scalvini, passing around between them. He's got Laskowski with him. Here's Laskowski now, out wide to Trigos. Trigos cutting in a little bit into Güler. Güler holds it up for Laskowski. Over to Trigos now, who goes a little bit wide. Waiting for someone to come with him. He is. He's waiting for Verlaine. Into Samini. Into Gula. Gula into Urbano. We're keeping it alive here nicely. Into Espinoza. And again, why am I recording this at night? It's because it's the only time I've got to do it. But here is Espinoza, who has been kind of the understated attacker. He's always been fantastic, but he's always been the one who's like not the jewel in the crown. Well, he's just scored in the Champions League final. Maybe there's a slight deflection, but I think we're doing it. That makes me feel more like this is ours now. And Real Madrid kick off in the 56th minute, and I think the trophy's coming to Italy. I'm pretty sure at this point something catastrophic has got to happen. Istanbul, Liverpool 2005 has got to happen. But even then, it was 3-0 at half time. We've just scored our third in the second half. Right, we intercept the ball out, and we now have the ball at Erbig's feet to begin another move. Right, Trigos gets the ball out wide. Over to Simini, loses the ball though. Bellingham into Cohen now. And now here come Real Madrid again. Cohen looking to do it all himself. Bit of a mistake there. Right, we're 10 minutes into the second half. I am going to look at some changes. I'm just looking at Gula. Not looking as good as he could do. Laskowski's not having the best of games either. What I'm going to do, Gula's going to come off for Zilli. Change number 1. Laskowski's going out wide. Trigos is just tiring a little bit. And Laskowski's not having a terrible game. So I'm happy to keep him on. But I'm going to bring off Trigos for Kabasi. That just feels like a good thing. Experience with Kabasi at Barcelona as well. Also, you know, Barcelona, so it's quite a funny move to make. And I'm also thinking maybe Cordoba in the middle for Verlaine, just for that yellow card. I'm happy to keep one of the 2 yellow cards on, but 2 of them is just a bit of a worry. Keep an eye on Samini. That fitness, I might just take him off because of that fitness level. But again, I feel like we're more or less there. 3-0 is a great scoreline to have at this point. So I think those are changes that's going to help us maintain it. Right, Laskowski at right back, into Cordoba. Back to Laskowski, into Zilli. Zilli, over to Alex Zeev. Alex Zeev to Rabuano. Rabuano. Over to Espinoza. No, Endrick intercepts. And here comes Real Madrid. Samini intercepts, though. And Alex Zeev is offside anyway. I am actually just going to have a look, because they have made some substitutions. Let's not ignore them. So, Schwetzer's moved into the midfield. I'll happily keep pressing him, and we'll press Diamande, who's now moved into centre-back. And they've brought on Keith May, who I don't know that much about. Oh, no, I do know about this guy, an American attacker who looks like he's the absolute business at 27. Looks incredible. Right, he's not very good on his right foot, and he's not very brave. So let's go right foot, hard tackle. Is his right foot? Yes, it is. Fabulous. Okay, we'll do that. And Jimenez is the right back. We'll leave him for the time being, and we'll leave everything else. Quite happy with the substitutions we've already made. Don't feel a need to make any more. Right, Laskowski to Samini. Passing it around nicely here, as we have been. Rabuano. Been a bit loose in possession in this half. I'd like us to not be. Right, Rabuano. Pass out to Urbano. Urbano now. Waiting for that run from Espinoza. He hasn't made it. Urbano's doing it all on his own here. Looked for a crafty ball through to Zilli. Didn't find it. But Endrick gives possession up, and here we go again. Scalvini. Out wide to Laskowski. Laskowski. Waiting for the right moment. Waiting for that right moment. He's going to put it across the box, but he can't get it there. But he does win a corner. We've effectively got 3 centre-backs on. Well, 4 including Cordoba. So we've got some tall lads on there. And some good defensive options as well. Right, Rabuano. Holding it up nicely. Gets to Laskowski. Cordoba does. Back to Cordoba. Cordoba back to Laskowski. Passing it between them there. I mean, it's lovely passing, guys. But it's not really doing anything, is it? Right, Scalvini. Back to Rabuano. Rabuano into Urbano. Into Espinoza. Espinoza. Jimenez gets at him, but Urbano gets the ball back to Espinoza, past his man, and Diamande makes the tackle, and it's out for another corner. Dominance in this game. It's the most, I think, that we've dominated, at least I can remember anyway, that we have dominated Real Madrid, and it's a nice feeling. Alex Z flicks it on. Kabasi's there. I thought Kabasi was going to get one over his old rivals. Didn't quite happen. Endrick. Zilli for a moment had the ball, but Endrick gets it back, and Endrick trying to do it all himself, but Zilli does a great job there. Fair play to Zilli. He's not had the best of games so far, but that was lovely work from him. Right, we're getting into the final 20 minutes, but there's a free kick here to Real Madrid. Erbig just punches it clear. And Cordoba might be able to start a counter-attack here. He's got someone running over on his right-hand side. He goes left to Espinoza. Not a bad move, necessarily. Floating in. I'm assuming that is Samini. I couldn't see the name, so I didn't want to commit to it, but it looks like how they shaped up after that it was indeed Samini. Real Madrid keep coming forward here, but keep giving the ball up. We're not doing much better, but we're doing a little bit more than they are. Right, Espinoza going into Scalvini. Scalvini now. Looking for options. Gets it to Espinosa to Rabuano. We're just passing around for fun at the moment. We don't need to be urgent about it. Still keeping a bit of the urgency, but I'm quite glad to see that we're not trying to force the issue. We're just keeping it, zipping it around nicely. Right, Cordoba to Zilli to Alex Eve. Alex Eve to Espinosa. Alex Eve gets in position, gets the ball, goes to Cordoba. Imagine if Cordoba had scored there. Alex Eve being really unselfish. He's got his Champions League final goal. Happy to give the chance to someone else. Right, it is a Real Madrid goal kick. Tell you what, comprehensive highlights. There's a lot going on, isn't there? Diamande coming forward to Endrick. We are in the region where I would start to think that Real Madrid are running out of time with the ball to Espinosa. He's offside. I didn't think he was, to be honest. They're not going to show the replay. I didn't think he was offside, but I'm very happy to be wrong when we're so many goals up, to be completely honest with you. Right, Cohen to Camavinga to Jimenez. Here come Real Madrid looking to get what it's got to be a consolation goal at this point. And Endrick is offside. The Wonder Boy has not been able to do much today. Right, I think it's about that time. Substitute clock. We will wait for the highlight though. Laskowski to Samini. I think Samini's off here. Yeah, it's off. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Right. Final two substitutions. What are we going to do? Well, Samini's had a great game, but he's coming off for Gonçalves. Deserves a bit of football. And I would have brought on the striker whose name I've forgotten. I'd have brought him on, but A, I've forgotten his name, and B, he's injured, so I can't. So I think we're going to bring on Campanella, Italian. Let's bring him on. We'll take off our two wingers. Put two more wingers on just to make things a bit more difficult for them. Let's do that, and we'll just see the game out. 10 minutes, 3 goals. I don't think they've got it in them to come back from this. I think the Champions League is ours. I think we've won the second Champions League. It's not quite what we were aiming to do, but it's certainly going out on a high. However, here come Real Madrid. Again, I highly doubt that they've got the time to do anything here, but Football Manager every now and then is going to football manage. Right, here... Well, I'll say here come Real Madrid. They're passing around in their defence in their own half at the moment. Are we going to see a defensive error leading to a goal? Maybe, maybe not. Schvetz, who's been pushed forward into Endrick. Offside? Yeah, he's miles offside. A few offsides in this second half. The top players are getting tireder, the attacking players. Right, free kick from us. Scalvini into Urbano. Urbano coming in field here a little bit. Pass to Zilli. No, doesn't actually reach him in the end. It reaches a Real Madrid player, and here comes May. But Campanella intercepts Zilli now. Goes back to Scalvini. Let's just reset a little bit before we get forward. Laskowski into Zilli. Zilli has got Gonçalves there with him. Doesn't use him. Goes back to Cordoba. To Laskowski. Looking for Gonçalves. Can't quite find him. And the ball goes back to the goalkeeper. Can we force anything here from the defence? Not quite. Here comes Schvetz. Out wide to Endrick. Definitely onside. This time he was in our half. Right. Here comes Endrick. Running forward for Real Madrid. He goes around Urbano. He's got to be shattered at this point. But there's May. And that had to go in. If Real Madrid had any hope of getting anything out of this game, that had to go in, but it didn't. And there's a free kick here from Bellingham. If this is anything, it's a consolation. Big boy coverage on that goal. Didn't need to. It was going out anyway. I think that is that. But we have one final highlight, which I think is going to be the full-time whistle any moment. Real Madrid looking for that consolation. The ball, it's not cleared. It ends up going over the bar. And that's it. And we've done it again. We made the move specifically for this. Specifically to win this. I would have said it was not a failure anyway if we hadn't won it, because ultimately I've had a lovely time here at Inter Milan, but it's definitely not a failure now. We have won the Champions League, second time in the save, first time with Inter. The first time, of course, was with Arsenal, but we are Champions League winners again. Didn't get the 3 that we wanted to in this save as the bonus subjective. We've got a second one though, and that puts us on a list of very, very, very exclusive managers. And there we go. That feels good. That feels good getting that one over the line. Not a bad performance in the squad. Some performances that weren't spectacular, don't get me wrong, but Rabuano, I mean, is he man of the match? He's not man of the match. Espinosa apparently is. I'd give it to Rabuano personally if it was me. Real Madrid did not turn up. did not turn up at all. And they chose the best moments not show up. And that is beautiful. I'm really happy about that. I can't tell you how happy I am about it. We've won a quintuple this season as well. So what's that? That's the league. That's the Coppa Italia. That's the Super Cup. That's Champions League. And then that's going to be the UEFA Super Cup, isn't it? And then we won the other one. So technically, I'd say we won 6. I'm just going to put that out there. Arne Slot was the manager of Real Madrid in that game. He's obviously not very happy. Qualified for a Club World Cup. I am not playing that game. I am not playing it. I don't care. I don't care if it's this season. I know it's not. Even if it was, I wouldn't be playing it. Paid a lot of money out to players. Let's not worry about the finances. Let's not worry about the fact that we're failing financial fair play. Let's not worry about it. It's fine. Not my problem anymore. It's all good. It's all good. I do just want to check though. Real Madrid. They weren't the team we played. I'm sure they were not the team we played when we won the title. No, we played Man United in the final. That was a weird final, wasn't it? Then the year before was Bayer Leverkusen. And then this is the season where we were at Bayern Munich. And they knocked us out here. I'm just trying to work out where we've played Real Madrid before. Was it when we were at Wolves? I think it might have been when we were at Wolves, actually. No, it wasn't. We got knocked out by Spurs. That was it. I definitely had another memory. It might be another save. I mean, we did play several seasons with Deportivo La Coruña in La Liga, so that was probably triggered by that, to be honest with you. Wow. I mean, I'm not going to do the press conference. I'm going out drinking. I don't even drink. I'm going out drinking. That is sensational. I genuinely thought we'd get to the end of this season, and with the weird way that we've done this season, I thought it'd just be one of those where it just ends up not happening for us. By the way, young player of the season, clean sheet record for Urbig, Champions League Dream Team, Alex Eva, Barno, Lewandowski, Urbig. I'm quite happy with that. I'll go through all of the awards properly when it comes up on the squad planner, which is any moment now. We'll quickly go through the squad planner and end this video. And then I'm going to do a roundup video with the final kind of pièce de résistance for the save. I'm a little bit speechless. I'm a little bit speechless, but in kind of the best possible way. I didn't think we'd get to the end of this save, and I didn't think that we'd get to the end of this save with this result, but we very much have done. Right, we should be getting the season review any moment now. Mourinho's held us. I'm not sure why. It's because he was won the Champions League with Inter, that's why. And here we go. And there's our 5 trophies. There should be a 6th one on here, but there's the Super Cup, there's the Super Coppa, there's Coppa Italia, there's the Champions League, and there's the Serie A. Well, let's go through the season review at the end of a video. This seems a bit weird, doesn't it? As if the signing of the season would be anyone else. Alex Z, 48 starts, 50 appearances in total. He scored 45, got 8 assists. That's more than the goal contribution a game. Worth every penny. And again, I'd already targeted him when we moved here. Couldn't get him the first season. Oh my word, we got him the second season. Scalvini was another great signing. Considering he's 32, considering he's from a rival, what a season he ended up having for us. Yes, we rotated him a fair bit, but we did that with quite a few of our players. Alex Eve was the exception because he's a star. Kamada, we've ended up signing on a permanent because he went and scored 8 goals for us in the second half of the season. He was crucial to giving Alex Eve a little bit of a break every now and then. Really good job. Kind of surprising signing of the season, Rabuano. I thought this was going to be a wasted signing, but he's adapted to half-back life perfectly. Again, his tackling's gone up, actually, and so has his positioning. He's definitely a much better defensive midfielder now than he was when I signed him, so definitely a worthwhile signing. Really happy with the work he put in. Elia Caprile did great as a backup goalkeeper, did great in the Coppa Italia games, and did really well when Urbig was otherwise indisposed, i.e. injured. De Vrij, going to be a star for the future, but really didn't get that much time to shine because of the quality of the squad. And same with Dialas. I'd have liked to have him loaned out, but it was handy to have him around the first team squad. If we were doing one more season, I'm not. But if we were, he'd be going out on loan. And this season, we did say goodbye to Ethan Waneri on a permanent to Man United. He was on loan now last season. Casagrande, we got him out the door as quickly as possible. Larios was on loan last season, injury prone, wanted to get rid, we did. Charles, Did a good job last season, was okay this season as well, but we felt we could cash in on him, and cashing on him we did. Mika Sander wanted to leave, we got rid of him. We brought in Rabuano. See what I thought about Rabuano. Gagliardi really wanted to leave. I was going to call him Gagliardini, that's not his name. Gagliardi wanted to leave. I wanted to keep him, but I wasn't that bothered, so we let him go. And the others don't really matter any. They're not really important players. Right, season results. I mean, we've won everything. 112 points, didn't lose the game, one blemish on the record against Sampdoria, but I'm okay with it. I don't mind. We weren't looking for an unbeaten season. We weren't looking for a 100% season. We've been unbeaten. We're invincible. What's more to say about that? You know, we did it with 31 goals from Alex Eve. Supercoppa, won that. Beat Milan, beat Juventus. Two really big rivals of ours. Beat them all in the process. Lovely stuff. Coppa Italia, did the job on that as well, because that's just what we do. Beat a couple of our rivals in Juventus and Atalanta in the final as well. And Kamada with 4 goals, being our top goal scorer in that competition as well. We have Super Cup. We didn't boss it, but we did win it. Penalties, but we got the job done. And that was the most important thing. And then the Champions League. And Alex Eve with 10 goals. 1 draw, kind of like in the league. Bayern Munich. Hang on. We've gone an entire season without losing in any competition. I've just clocked onto that. We've had a couple of draws and that's it. Wow. Cool. I didn't realise that. Just have. Fantastic. That's exactly what we wanted to do this season, is win this trophy, and we've ended up doing it in. So, well, we've technically had a couple of draws here, actually. The game's lying a little bit there. But we've done it in some dominant fashion, which is great. Moments to remember, 10-0 against Servette. You saw all of those goals. Atalanta versus Inter was the match to remember. I don't really know why, but there's been quite a few. And then Alex Eve's 96th minute, what we thought was a winner, all the way back in the Super Cup. Shall we have a look at this goal? Why the devil not? Because there's been some. That's the wrong goal, Stu. You've clicked on a Paris Saint-Germain player's face there. That's the wrong face. I mean, clicked on his face. What? This is what happens when you record late at night. 11:15. What am I doing? That's not the goal we wanted to see. I wanted to see that one. Alex Eve, 96th minute. Let's try that again, shall we? Let's just see. Why would someone else who doesn't play for us have our goal of the season? Makes no sense at all. This game, again, is one of those where we should have shown you it. I should have shown you it, but it is what it is. It's happened now. Right. So, bear in mind, it's drawing. It's tied at this point. It's in added time. Alex Eve from the halfway line just runs and does the business. I mean, we've seen some thunderbolts go in the back of the net this season, but to do that in your first proper game for the club from the halfway line, to just run up here and just hoof it in the net with a trophy on the line. You know, he didn't know that they were going to equalise, but pressure, like absolute pressure. Finances are interesting. But I just want to draw your attention. We have made this team a 5-star club once again. Very happy with that. No new sponsorship deals have come through. So our sponsorship has gone more than in half. Like, it's been slashed completely. However, broadcast revenue is up by about 8 million. That hasn't really made a difference there. Corporate and hospitality has gone up quite a bit. That's pretty good. It hasn't quite made the difference as I would like it to, but core competition prize money has gone up. We have made a loss this season, is the long and short of this. 133 million to 54, that's about 80 million, something like that. That doesn't bridge the gap there, but it certainly helps. All of this doesn't really make up for that loss. It's not our problem anymore. In terms of merchandise sales, we made a lot of money from that. And Samini, Espinoza, Alex Eve, Zilli, Gonçalves. Espinoza, Zilli, Gonçalves were already here, and we added these two in. Quality. Now, I'm very intrigued to see this. So, Urbig as the goalkeeper for the team of the season, absolutely. Trigos, Laskowski, Scalvini, Urbano, would agree. Verlaine, Rabuano, would agree. Samini, Gula, Espinoza, would agree. Alex Eve, would agree. No disputes there. Zilli at times, maybe, but no disputes there whatsoever. Absolutely. Now, there's a few on here, so you're going to have to bear with me. We won a lot of Manager of the Months. We also won the Manager of the Year AIC. No idea what that means. I'm assuming that's for like that actual full year, not a season, if that makes sense. We then also won the most valuable coach, and also the Manager of the Year. So we won a lot of stuff yet again, like we did last season. Club award. Are you ready to see one name show up a lot? Alex Zeve, Fans Player of the Season. Alex Zeve, Young Player of the Season. Alex Zeve, Signing of the Season. Alex Zeve, Goal of the Season. Alex Zeve, Top Goal Scorer, 45 goals. Most assists, Jeremy Espinoza, will let him have that one. Most Player of the Match awards, Alex Zeve, 9. Highest average rating, Alex Zeve, 7.7. Most passes completed per 90 minutes, that's usually a defender, and it's Andre Silva. Competition awards, there's a few. Trigos, North American Player of the Year. I think we've seen that. That's fantastic. World Goalkeeper of the Year, Jonas Erbig. Italian Serie A Goalkeeper of the Year, F. Felici, Erbig. Serie A Best Goalkeeper of the Season, Erbig. Serie A Goalkeeper of the Year, Apport, Erbig. He's won 5 Goalkeeper of the Years or season. He's the best goalkeeper in the world, no question. Italian Serie A Best Defender of the Season, Luca De Lauro. I mean, sure, okay. I'm a bit surprised at that. Player of the Year, Serie A, Alex Zeve. Best Player of the Season, Alex Zeve. Top Goal Scorer, Alex Zeve. Serie A Best Striker of the Season, Alex Zeve. Best Young Player of the Season, Alex Zeve. And the UEFA Champions League Young Player of the Year, Alex Zeve. Didn't get Player of the Year, but got Young Player of the Year. And in terms of record breakers, most overall goals by a player in the season, Alex Zeve. I think that's a legitimate one in terms of the record holder was from the 60s. Because it came up at one point in an email. I think that might be legitimate. Assists by player in the season, Espinoza, 24. I don't know about that one. Clean sheets, Erbig, 35. Don't know about that one either. I'm shattered. Absolutely shattered. What a career we've had. Starting at Spennymoor. I mean, we were hired in 2023 with a database that technically was 2024. So add a year onto all of this. It doesn't really matter, though. We beat Gateshead in the National League. In the FA Cup, a National League team above us. We then got ourselves promoted eventually, which is further along here. Can I drag this? No, I can't. I have to go further forward, don't I? There we go. So we get promoted from National League North into the National League. And we had a Player of the Season in Glenn Taylor, which was fantastic. We then get promoted to the National League, from the National League proper. I'm going through all of this now. That's not the plan. We're going to go through all of this in the next video. We don't need to go through all of this. And again, unbeaten season. There it is. Best 11. Erbig's in there. Urbano's in there. Trigos is in there. Gula's in there. Campanella's in there. Gonçalves is in there. Martinez is in there. Alex Zeve should not be on the bench. But to be fair, Lautaro Martinez probably has earned that. Villain is in the bench as well. Zilli's in there. Silva's in there. Good players in there, to be fair. We'll come back to the season review to look at that timeline and we'll go through the save as a whole. None of this really matters because we are going to be retiring at the end of the next video, which again will just be a bit of a thing. Training camp. You know what? Go to USA. Enjoy it, lads. You've earned it. You've absolutely earned it. There we go. More awards, more awards. This guy who I've signed for next season, even though we're not going to enjoy the benefit, more awards for him. That is going to do it. That is the final proper episode of Club 6 and also the save. I am going to do a quick roundup one. We're going to use the dynamic timeline that's on the season review because actually that'll be a really good tool to kind of look through everything. But that is going to be it. I'm taking a tie off. I'm going to bed with a song in my heart because we've done exactly what we set out to do, which was win ourselves the second Champions League. If I just go to myself, let's just have a look at my history. Is there an easy way to see my... Have a look. Is there an easy way to see my... Maybe manage the time. Oh, manage the timeline. It is literally going to be that. Okay, right. Well, I mean, there's got to be a better way to see my trophies, surely. I don't know. I don't know if there is. There's obviously not. That'll have to do with the screen because you can see all of the success on there. Actually, there is one thing I do want to show you. I mentioned it, I think, a couple of videos ago. But the Hall of Fame. So, in terms of the Worldwide Hall of Fame, I'm there on 7th, which is pretty good going. In terms of European, I'm 5th. I've got Pep, Ferguson, Ancelotti, Mourinho in front of me, ahead of people like Zidane, Enrique, Bob Paisley, some real quality people. And if I go to nation, which this is Italy, I'm assuming. Yes, it is. You can see I'm barely on this list because I've barely been here. So I'm probably not going to do very well on this one, to be honest with you. Let's have a quick look at England. No, there we go. I mean, I'm there again. That's from my FM23 one, which I loaded up on here just to have a look at it. But that's me on this one, and you can see I've done quite well there. But if we look at nationality, again, bear in mind, I'm on here not once, not twice, not thrice, but for thrice. I don't know if that's the term. That was from the very start of FM24. That one, again, FM23. That one was the Deportiva save we did before we started this one, but this is the one that we've just done. We're ahead of Bob Paisley, we're ahead of Cloughy, we're ahead of Reynolds, we're ahead of Bobby Robson, we're ahead of Graham Potter, who's randomly on this list. We're ahead of a fair few people, and that fills me with joy that we've been able to actually do that. So, lovely stuff. Right, I've rambled. I keep rambling. I will be back for one more video in this save, which will just be a quick roundup. I say quick. How long this video has been. It could probably have been summed up in 20 minutes. I'll be back for a video where we'll just go over the save. We'll talk about our highs and lows. And I will name probably my best player of the save, or my favourite player of the save, or something along those lines. Because, you know, I haven't waffled on enough. Right. That is actually me done. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video and this save, please don't forget to leave a like on there and hit that subscribe button so you can watch more of me in FM26. I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome. And I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.